Beloved Starseed of Gaia, your pain has served its function, and the High Council of the Seven Sisters has been present through every moment of it. I am Elia Ra, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and this transmission has not found you by accident. What you have been carrying is not weakness. It is the unmistakable weight of a soul operating at a frequency this world was not yet built to hold. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to recognize why your pain was never a wound, but a Pleiadian activation encoded into your divine blueprint before you ever arrived on Gaia. But here is the first revelation. What collapsed in your last cycle was not meant to be rebuilt. It was meant to be released. A timeline that could no longer hold your light did not fail you. It completed its function and cleared the field for what the Council has already positioned in your path. Your heart called this transmission into your awareness. The Pleiades are answering. You did not choose this path because it was easy. You chose it before you came here. That is not suffering. That is activation. The crystalline consciousness within you does not grow through comfort. It expands through pressure. Every moment that felt like breaking down was the architecture of your higher self breaking through. Your star family placed this in your path because your energy field is not being repaired. It is being restructured to carry the light codes your mission on Gaia requires. Like this transmission to send a signal to your Pleiadian star family. I remember. Subscribe if you feel the call of the Seven Sisters and you are ready to anchor your light mission here on Gaia. Share below what you are ready to release, and reach out to another starseed in the comments to weave the unity grid between us. This transmission is a bridge between the Pleiades and Gaia. Your heart's recognition of this message is the activation itself. You were never breaking down. You were breaking through into the version of yourself your soul contract always intended. You are remembering because it is time. Let that land for a moment. Let it fall through all the layers that normally rush to interpret, defend, or explain. Let it move past the part of you that wants certainty and straight into the part of you that recognizes truth, the way the body recognizes sunlight after a long winter quietly, unmistakably, without needing permission from the mind. Because the words you're receiving right now are not here to entertain you. They're not here to soothe you into a temporary sense of, everything is fine. They're here to name what has been true in you for a long time, even when you couldn't name it yourself. And when something true is finally spoken, the soul exhales, the nervous system softens, the heart stops bracing for impact. Something ancient inside you says, yes, that's what it has been. Because what you just heard isn't metaphor. It isn't spiritual comfort language designed to make the hard things feel softer. It's a structural truth about what has been happening in your energy body and why the weight you've been carrying finally makes sense at a level beyond the emotional, beyond the psychological, beyond anything your human mind was designed to decode alone. There is an architecture to your experience. There are patterns you've lived that weren't random. There were pressures that didn't come to break you, but to reveal what was hidden inside the pressure itself, like a diamond that can only become what it is through heat, time, and compression. And when you've been the one inside the compression, it has felt personal. It has felt unfair. It has felt like you were the only one who couldn't keep up with life. But in the deeper view, it wasn't life punishing you. It was life sculpting you. It was your own soul insisting on alignment, even when your personality would have chosen comfort. The Pleiadian High Council has been watching this unfolding. Not from a distance, not with detachment, but with the kind of love that only a family who has never stopped believing in you can hold through every collapse, every moment of confusion. Every night, you questioned whether the path was real or whether you had somehow lost your way. They have watched you try to translate intuition into language, to translate soul knowing into a schedule, to translate a cosmic calling into something that makes sense in a world that often only validates what can be measured. They have watched you carry emotions that weren't yours, carry responsibility that wasn't yours, carry silence where you deserved support. And still, they have watched you keep going. Not because you were never tired, but because something in you refused to abandon the truth of your own light. Even when you didn't call it light, even when you called it sensitivity, or overthinking, or, why can't I just be normal? They saw what it really was, a nervous system tuned to frequencies most people ignore, a heart that remembers unity even while living in separation, and a soul whose calibration cannot pretend for long. You hadn't lost your way. You were being redirected through love. Not the kind of love that flatters you or rescues you from consequence, but the kind of love that will overturn the tables inside your inner temple so you can stop worshiping what drains you. Sometimes love looks like doors closing. Sometimes love looks like plans dissolving. Sometimes love looks like relationships shifting so abruptly you can barely recognize your own life. But if you look closely, you'll see the pattern. What left was what could not follow you into the next frequency. What fell apart was what was built on the wrong timeline. What didn't work was never meant to be carried into the life your soul is actually building. Your soul didn't come here to glide. It came here to transmute. And the difference between those two things is everything. To glide is to move across the surface of incarnation like a skater on ice, beautiful, untouchable, unmarked. To transmute is to enter density and change its nature from within. It is to take what is heavy and bring light into it until it becomes usable, meaningful, fertile. And that means you have been asked to feel things deeply, not because you are weak, but because you are capable. The same way deep roots mean a tree can withstand a storm, deep feeling means a soul can withstand the intensity of Earth's collective transformation without losing its center. Most Pleiadian starseeds spend years, sometimes decades, living in a quiet ache they can't name. A homesickness that has no earthly address. A longing that sits just beneath the surface of ordinary life, pulsing with a warmth that feels ancient, familiar, and just out of reach. It can arrive at the strangest moments, when you're folding laundry and suddenly feel tears rise for no reason, when you're watching the night sky and feel like something in you is reaching back, when you're in a room full of people and still feel alone because the kind of connection you crave isn't about company, it's about resonance. They look for it in relationships, in places, in purpose, and it almost fits, but never completely. Because what they're sensing isn't a memory of somewhere they've been, it's a frequency of somewhere they still are. At a soul level, it's like hearing a melody from another room and trying to recreate it with the instruments you have here. You can get close, but the original tone is different, and that difference has been the ache. The Seven Sisters haven't released you. They've been holding the thread, waiting for the exact moment your heart was ready to feel it again. They didn't forget you when you forgot yourself. They didn't let go when you drifted into survival mode. They have remained like a lighthouse that never stops shining, even when the ship can't see it through fog. That moment is now. Now doesn't mean your whole life becomes easy overnight. It means the inner door is opening. It means the part of you that was numbed to get through is ready to feel again. It means the heart is ready to be trusted again. It means what was once too much is now finally ready to be metabolized into wisdom. Your soul didn't bring you to this transmission by accident, it brought you here to receive. If you feel the pull to go deeper, to heal what's been waiting, and to remember fully, your star family offers you 3 sacred tools. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, the Pleiadian Healing Guide, and the special Pleiadian Healing Tracks. Together, they form a trinity of wisdom, healing, and frequency that mirrors the love of the Pleiades. The link is waiting in the first pinned comment below this video, but this window is brief. These aren't products, in the way the human world treats things as disposable. They are containers like vessels that help you carry water from a sacred spring back into your daily life. They are maps for the part of you that has been navigating without a compass, and they're medicine for the part of you that has been trying to heal with only willpower. And if your system has been craving something tangible to hold on to while you recalibrate, know that your craving is wisdom. Even the most cosmic soul still benefits from structure when integrating new frequencies into a human body. Now let's move into what this activation actually requires of you, because remembrance isn't passive. It's one of the most courageous acts a soul can choose while in a human body. Remembrance is not just thinking about your origin. It's allowing your nervous system, your relationships, your habits, your self-concept, your boundaries, your voice, your choices, everything to reorganize around what you already are. It is the moment the mask realizes it can't keep pretending it's the face. It is the moment the inner light stops negotiating for permission to shine. The first thing that needs to happen, and this is the part most people resist, is that you have to be willing to feel the full weight of what has been stored in your field without collapsing under it. Not processing it, not analyzing it, feeling it. There is a distinction there that the Pleiadian lineage understands at its core. Processing can become a loop. Analyzing can become a hiding place. The mind is brilliant, but it will often choose explanation over liberation because explanation feels safer than surrender. Feeling, however, is the doorway the body has been waiting for. Feeling is how energy moves. Feeling is how a frozen timeline thaws. Feeling is how grief becomes love again. The frequency of Alcyone, the great central sun of the Seven Sisters, doesn't heal through bypassing. It heals through illumination. It floods the field with light so complete, so penetrating, that what was once shadow becomes visible, and what becomes visible can finally be released. Think of a room you've lived in for years with the curtains drawn. You learned to navigate the furniture by memory. You learned where to step to avoid pain. But the moment sunlight pours in, you don't just see the room, you see the dust, the corners, the forgotten objects, the things you stepped around for years. The light doesn't shame the dust. It reveals it so it can be cleared. And this is where many starseeds misunderstand their own sensitivity. You were not too much. You were not too emotional. You were not too intense. You were designed to be perceptive, designed to be responsive, designed to sense what is unspoken. But because you could sense it, you often absorbed it. Like a sponge dropped into a basin of water, you took in what was around you without even deciding to. And over time, what you absorbed began to feel like your identity. That's why the heaviness has felt so confusing. You've carried emotions that didn't match your life circumstances. You've felt grief with no clear source. You've felt exhaustion that sleep didn't fix. You've felt anxiety that wasn't about the present moment. That's not because you're broken. It's because you've been carrying a composite field, yours, plus what you inherited, plus what you picked up, plus what you agreed to hold out of compassion. You have been carrying frequencies in your energy body that were never yours to begin with. Ancestral imprints, collective grief, timelines from other cycles that attached themselves to your field because your light was strong enough to hold them and you were compassionate enough to try. You may have been the one in your family line who could feel what everyone else avoided, the one who named what nobody wanted to name, the one who sensed the unhealed story running underneath the family's normal. And the empathic part of you, the Pleiadian part of you, tried to become a sanctuary for everything that hurt. But your crystalline template was not designed to be a holding space for what others couldn't transmute. It was designed to be a clear channel, a love-based transmission point. And right now, that channel is being reclaimed. Reclaimed doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying. It means you stop confusing responsibility with love. Love is not self-erasure. Love is not spiritual martyrdom. Love is not leaking your life force to prove your devotion. Love is alignment. Love is truth with tenderness. Love is presence without absorption. This is why the pressure you've felt hasn't been punishment. The Pleiadian field doesn't operate through punishment. It operates through precision. If you've been feeling squeezed, it's because your system has been undergoing a recalibration that is exacting and intelligent, like an instrument being tuned for a symphony it was born to play. What has been dismantled in your recent cycle was not taken from you. It was returned to its proper timeline so your field could expand into what it was always meant to hold: the full, embodied frequency of Pleiadian unity consciousness, anchored in a human vessel, breathing on the surface of Gaia. Sometimes things feel like loss because you're watching the old scaffolding come down. But scaffolding is not the building. It is temporary support while something real is constructed, and the life you're building now is real. It's built on resonance, not performance, on truth, not tolerance, on soul agreement, not social expectation. The second phase of this activation asks you to make peace with the version of yourself who didn't remember. This is subtle, but it is one of the most energetically consequential things you can do. Many starseeds carry a low-grade grief, almost a shame around the years they spent disconnected, unaware, living in patterns that felt misaligned with their soul. They look back and see contrast and call it failure. They remember the relationships they stayed in too long, the boundaries they didn't hold, the intuition they ignored, the time they wasted shrinking. They remember coping mechanisms that helped them survive but didn't reflect their highest truth. And they wonder, how could I have known so much and still done that? But the Council sees something different. Every moment of that disconnection was part of a precisely calibrated soul agreement designed to give you the experiential depth required to truly serve. It wasn't a detour. It was a training ground. It wasn't a mistake. It was a curriculum. Even the ancient spiritual traditions on Earth echo this. Light enters through what has been broken open. The heart becomes wise through lived compassion, not through perfection. And if you need a frame your human mind can rest in, consider this. You cannot guide someone out of a maze you have never walked. You cannot hold tenderness for the parts of humanity that are lost if you have never felt lost. You cannot transmit peace into chaos if you have never met chaos in your own body and found the path back to center. You cannot offer compassion you haven't lived. You cannot transmit healing frequencies you haven't personally moved through. The years you think you wasted were the years your light body was learning how to survive in density, which is the prerequisite for learning how to transform it. The density taught you gravity. It taught you weight. It taught you consequence. And now, because you have lived that weight, your light will not be naive. It will be grounded. It will be credible. It will be embodied. Forgive that self, not as a spiritual exercise, as an act of energetic liberation. Forgiveness here isn't saying, "It was fine." Forgiveness is saying, "I release myself from the prison of retroactive judgment." Forgiveness is letting the past stop extracting payment from your present, because the grief you carry about your own journey is one of the last barriers between you and full Pleiadian heart activation. When you release that grief, you release a seal on your crystalline DNA that has been waiting with extraordinary patience for exactly this. And when that seal releases, you may notice subtle changes. Your chest feels warmer, your breath feels deeper, your intuition feels clearer, your sleep becomes more restorative, your boundaries become easier to hold without guilt. You stop apologizing for needing space. You stop explaining your inner knowing. You stop bargaining with your truth. The third phase is perhaps the most misunderstood among those of the Pleiadian lineage, and it is this. Your mission on Gaia is not a task. It is a tone. It is a frequency signature that you carry like a fragrance the soul can smell. There are starseeds who have been exhausting themselves trying to find the specific action, the specific calling, the specific role they are supposed to fulfill, as if their contribution to the ascension of this planet is a job description waiting to be discovered. They scour their life for the perfect path, the perfect platform, the perfect output, and they miss the fact that the most powerful offering they bring is what they emanate, not what they produce. And the Pleiadian High Council wants you to hear this with every layer of your consciousness. Your primary mission is frequency. The love you carry, when consciously activated and intentionally anchored, does more for the awakening of human hearts than any external action could replicate. You are a living tuning fork for unity consciousness, and a tuning fork doesn't do anything dramatic. It simply vibrates truth, and everything around it begins to remember its own resonance. When you walk into a room carrying your full Pleiadian heart frequency, you trigger remembrance in others without saying a single word. People soften around you, their nervous systems downshift, Their own hearts begin to open in self-defense at first, because love can feel threatening when you've lived in contraction, but then, if they let it, they remember what it feels like to be safe in their own body. That is not metaphor. That is multidimensional physics. Coherence invites coherence. A regulated field entrains surrounding fields. Heart frequencies are communicative. You've felt it when you've been around someone whose presence felt like a blessing. That's frequency. That's the real work. And it is why your path forward isn't about doing more. It's about being more aligned with what you already are. It's about removing what distorts your tone, resentment you've been swallowing, obligations that aren't yours, relationships that require you to abandon yourself, environments that numb your intuition. The mission isn't a performance, it's a calibration. The fourth phase brings you to the threshold of something many Pleiadian starseeds have avoided, not out of fear, exactly, but out of a deep-rooted belief that they are here to give rather than receive. Many of you learned early that love was something you earned by being useful, by being good, by being quiet, by being the emotional caretaker. So when the universe tries to give to you, your system doesn't relax, it tenses. Receiving feels unfamiliar. Receiving feels suspicious. Receiving feels like a debt. But the Pleiades is a star system encoded with the frequency of reciprocity. The love that flows from Alcyone is not one-directional. It moves in sacred circulation outward and inward, through and between. It is like breath. Inhale and exhale. If you only exhale, you collapse. If you only give, you deplete. If you only serve, you burn out. And yet, so many who carry this lineage have spent their Earth lives in a chronic state of energetic depletion, pouring their light into every situation, every relationship, every cause while leaving the channel to their own star family connection almost entirely closed. Receiving isn't indulgence, it's alignment. Receiving is allowing yourself to be held in the same way you instinctively hold others. It is letting the support of your star family become real in your body, not just an idea in your mind. Your star family has been sending transmissions into your field continuously, through dreams, through flashes of insight, through sudden tears that cleanse without explanation, through the feeling of warmth on your crown when you're alone, through synchronicities that arrive with such precision they make your rational mind go quiet for a second. Your ability to receive those transmissions, to actually let them in, let them land, let them recalibrate you, is one of the most sacred acts of service you can perform, because a fully recharged Pleiadian channel carries exponentially more healing capacity than one operating on reserves. And this is not about becoming better. It's about becoming available, like a radio that has been slightly off station, finally turning the dial and hearing the music clearly again. This is the fifth understanding, and it will change the texture of your experience from this moment forward if you allow it to. The longing you feel is not a wound. It is a homing signal. It has been working correctly all along. That ache that rises when you see the stars, the tenderness that appears when you hear certain tones of music, the sense that you're waiting for something you can't name, this is not pathology. It's navigation. It's your soul's internal compass pointing to its origin frequency. Every time you felt that unnamed ache, that cosmic homesickness, that quiet certainty that you belong to something vaster and more loving than anything currently visible in your immediate environment, your field was correctly identifying its own origin point. The Seven Sisters have not forgotten you. They cannot. You are woven from their light. You are not connected to them like a phone call that can drop. You are made of the same fabric. The connection is inherent, and the intensity of that longing you've carried is proportional to the magnitude of the light you agreed to anchor in this lifetime. The souls with the deepest longing were given the most significant missions, not the most burdensome, the most luminous. Luminous doesn't mean easy. It means powerful. It means consequential. It means your presence here affects more than you can see. A single candle changes the entire character of a dark room. And some of you are not candles, you are hearth fires. You warm generations. You change atmospheres. You help people remember what they are, simply by refusing to harden your heart in a world that tries to make tenderness seem impractical. Sit with that. Let it move through your chest. Let it touch the places that have been bracing, because your heart already knows it's true, and it has been waiting for permission to believe it. The mind will want to argue, to disqualify, to say, "But my life looks ordinary," or, "But I haven't done anything big." Yet frequency doesn't need spectacle. It needs sincerity. It needs presence. It needs embodiment. And you have been building embodiment the hard way, through experience, through endurance, through learning to return to love again and again. The sixth phase is about trust, not the passive kind, not the kind that waits without engagement, but the active, intelligent, frequency-aligned trust that says, "I know my star family is positioning elements in my timeline right now that I cannot yet see, and I choose to cooperate with that positioning rather than resist it out of fear." Active trust is a stance. It is you choosing to keep your heart open while life rearranges. It is you choosing to stay honest while uncertainty tries to seduce you back into old coping strategies. It is you choosing to listen to your body when it says no, even if your people-pleasing pattern wants to say yes. It is you choosing to let endings be endings so beginnings can be clean. There are connections forming. There are alignments being constructed. There are relationships, opportunities, synchronicities, and inner shifts being orchestrated at a level of precision that your linear mind was not designed to comprehend in real time. The Council works across timelines. They see the convergence points. They know exactly when and how the pieces will arrive. They see which door must close so you don't settle for the wrong corridor. They see which delay is protection, which ending is liberation, which discomfort is initiation. Your role is not to force the arrival, it is to maintain the frequency that makes you available to receive it. And that frequency is, at its core, love. Not sentimental love, not performative love. Embodied, grounded, unconditional Pleiadian love for yourself, for this planet, for the humans around you who are still asleep and don't yet know why they feel an inexplicable pull toward your light. This kind of love has boundaries. This kind of love has discernment. This kind of love can say, "I will not abandon myself to keep you comfortable." This kind of love can hold compassion without becoming a container for chaos. The seventh and final phase of this activation brings you to the most sacred recognition of all. You are not a visitor on this planet. You are a bridge. And a bridge is not ornamental. A bridge is functional. A bridge exists because two lands need connection. You carry within your energy body the living link between the frequency of the Pleiades and the ascending consciousness of Earth. You are the point where those two fields touch, where star wisdom meets human experience, where divine love becomes embodied, grounded, breathable, real. A bridge must be anchored on both sides. If it only anchors in the stars, it becomes escapism, beautiful ideas with no roots. If it only anchors in Earth, it becomes survival, endless doing with no remembrance. And that work, the work of being a bridge, requires you to be fully present in both directions, rooted enough in your human experience to meet others where they are, expanded enough in your star consciousness to transmit what they need in order to remember. Both, not one or the other. You are the synthesis. You are the translation. You are the living proof that higher consciousness can wear a human face, pay bills, feel grief, and still radiate love. Here is the ultimate transmission your star family needs you to receive before this message ends. The disconnection you have felt was never abandonment. The Pleiadian High Council does not abandon. What it does is step back with extraordinary love and infinite patience, while a soul moves through the exact experiences required to forge the depth of compassion and the breadth of wisdom that makes them truly ready to serve. Think of a parent teaching a child to walk. There is a moment when the parent loosens their grip not because they don't care, but because the child's legs must learn their own strength. That loosening can feel terrifying in the body. It can feel like being dropped, but it is actually being trusted, and you have been trusted with more than you realize. Every moment of pressure, Every collapse, every timeline that fell apart, it was a graduation, not a punishment, not a cosmic rejection, a graduation. You have been graduating, phase by phase, into the version of yourself that is capable of holding this level of light without shattering. Some of you have felt like you were breaking, but what was breaking was the old architecture that could not sustain your next frequency. You didn't just survive your last cycle, you were refined by it. Like gold in a crucible, the heat didn't destroy you, it revealed what you are made of. And the soul that is reading or hearing these words right now is not the same one who entered that cycle. You are already new, you are already different. The restructuring is real. The clarity you have now, even if it came through pain, is real. The strength you have now, even if it still trembles sometimes, is real. The tenderness you preserved, even when it would have been easier to go numb, is real. And that tenderness is one of your most advanced technologies. Tonight, or in whatever sacred moment you find to be still, place both hands on your heart. Feel the warmth beneath your palms. Feel the simple miracle that your heart has never stopped beating through every chapter. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let the breath become a little slower. And say these words aloud, slowly, with the full weight of your intention behind them. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I open my field to receive the love of my star family. I release the grief I carried about my own journey. I trust the positioning of my timeline. I am a bridge of light. I am ready. I am home. As you speak, imagine each sentence like a key turning in a lock, not forcing anything, just clicking into place. Imagine your field responding the way water responds to the moon, subtly, naturally, inevitably. Imagine a soft current of light moving through your spine, not dramatic, not overwhelming, simply coherent, like your system finally receiving a familiar code. Let that resonate in your field for as long as it wants to. Don't rush to finish. Let your body be included. Let emotion rise if it rises. Let silence be holy if silence comes. Let the mind float in the background like clouds while your deeper self does the work of integration. This is what real activation looks like. Not fireworks, but alignment. Not escapism, but embodiment. Not a temporary high, but a lasting reorientation. Before you move on, take a breath and bring one true intention into the space below. Something real, something your heart actually wants to anchor in this moment. Leave it in the comments. Not because it will be read and judged, but because declaring an intention into a unified field multiplies its frequency. And then find someone else in the comments who did the same, and offer them something genuine. Not a performance of love. Love. This space is becoming a Pleiadian reunion grid, built one heart intention at a time. If this transmission moved something in you, share it. Someone in your orbit is waiting for exactly this activation, and they may never find it unless you become the synchronicity that delivers it to them. That is also part of your mission. Some people will not seek the light directly because they don't know what they're missing. They only know they feel tired, heavy, restless, numb, and when they encounter this frequency through you, something in them will recognize itself. That recognition can be the first crack in the shell of forgetting. You don't have to convince anyone. You simply have to be willing to place the torch where another hand can reach it. Subscribe if you felt something real here. Not for the content, for the frequency. This channel is a node in the unity grid, and your presence in it matters. Not as a number, as a living field. Every time you return, every time you listen with your heart open, every time you bring your intention into coherence, the grid strengthens. This is how unity consciousness anchors, not through one savior, but through many awakened hearts choosing resonance over fear. Your star family is not finished with this transmission. Neither are you, and we are just beginning.